And now we're going to put some salt in here because when the electrons come, it's easier for them to move across. Because 16. Okay, so instead of 11, it's 17. So the highest is 16 or 17. So instead of 11, it went up to 16 of the current. So now let's try a little bit more of salt. So that was 1 pinch. This is a second pinch. 18, 19, 20 current instead of 11 with 2 pinches of salt. A full entire teaspoon, 5 ml. Oh my gosh. 50, 60, 70. Okay, so without any salt, it was 0.11. But then, after we added a few pinches of salt, it went to 20, around 20, 22, 24. And then after we added a teaspoon, then it went all the way up to 0.80. And then it sort of wavered there. Where now it's around 0.80 or 90 instead of 0.11.
That is a giant amount of current. Like giant. Oh my gosh. So we can roughly say it got to 90, right?
Yeah.
Equals.
Okay, so basically as we put the salt in, the resistance went down. So what the resistance means, what I mean by saying that, is that the vinegar, it doesn't resist as much for the electrons to go through. So as soon as we put the salt in, the resistance went down and the electrons flow through the vinegar even faster. As the electrons is flowing through the copper, some of it's pulling the copper off with it. It's pulling the copper off with it into the water. And then that copper ions, I think it's called, is making this water turn blue.
I shall smell it.
So, like here, so this is our first one. It's sort of mean.
Okay, that is very weird and corroded.
That is our first example. This here is our second. I don't know if you can see, but at the bottom of the glass, you can see sort of fragments of the.
Oh my, dude, that's like dust. Dust, I tell you. And let that drain into there. So now we have some electroplating liquid. So if you have any like old leather shoes or something from when you were a baby, you can electroplate it and it'll last for way longer.
That conducts an electricity. So as the river said, a leather shoe or maybe a little metal figurine, you could electroplate it.
Oh. Could you technically electroplate your finger?
Okay, so right here, this is a Canadian 5-cent. And this right here is an American quarter. This one they're both nickel plated, but this one has copper on the inside and this one has steel. So, we're going to electroplate them. Okay, the positive always wants to get the negative, and in this case, that's red to green. Here to here.
This is good. Yeah, it's very cool.
Can you electroplate this? The color of copper is that. That looks red.
No, I'd say maroon.
Copper. Okay, this is what it looks like before I wipe it down. Okay, that came off of my thingy. So this one too comes off quite easily. As you can see with the other side here. It also does, although I haven't touched it or anything.